it has got to be one of the biggest lessons that I have learned to date. Walking around miserable, you walking around with bags under your eyes, with darkness under your eyes. Like, baby, let it go. You looking old. Real stingy. Back up on my... I'm dealing with you. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tay. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells to be notified every time that I post a new video. If you cannot tell by the title, I'm gonna be doing a 10 things that I learned while in my 20s. This is my last year. This is my last year that I am going to be in my 20s. I will be 30 October 6th. So to say that I have not learned a few things is an understatement. So stick around to see my life lessons that I've learned. All right, you guys, so hopping right into the list. Got me a little list. So my first ever lesson that I have learned in my 20s is that trying to have a life without God is impossible. Like, don't get me wrong, it's possible because people do it every day. But as a believer, as a Christian, as a lover of the Father, looking at some of the things that I went through versus now, when I am actively pursuing God, actively praying every day, actively reading my word every day, there are so many things that I could have avoided if I would have just... what would Jesus do? One of those what would Jesus do moments. Like, I love God. I grew up on God, and of course I needed my own experience for myself. So once I was able to actually get that experience, like, there was so much heartache, so many lessons, so much headache that I could have avoided if I would have just kept God first in my life. And don't get me wrong, we are all of the flesh, we are all human, but I really wish I would have pursued God at that age like I'm doing now, because there's no telling how far I would be right now. But you live and you learn. It is what it is. I'm on fire for God now, and that's what matters. My second thing on my list is that I wish I would have valued myself. My younger self, as y'all know, if you saw my previous video, my mom died when I was 16 years old. And it's just like the depreciation that I took on for myself just went lower and lower and lower as the years went by. I didn't value who I talked to. I didn't value who I slept with. I didn't value myself to the people that I got into a relationship with. Like, I just did not value myself, and that is evident of some of the things that I put up with, and two, some of the things that I allowed. So if I would have just valued myself, if I would have known how to love myself, and don't get me wrong, I'm still learning me, and I'm still learning how to love me, but the Octavia now versus back then, baby, there is some, you can't even talk to me a certain type of way, you can't even approach me a certain type of way and think that I'm about to deal with it. But it comes with growing up, it comes with the process. I really feel like your 20s are your mistake years. Girl, mistake it up, because your 30s, you should not be repeating the same lessons that you learned in your 20s and your 30s. If you are, there's a problem. Number 3 that I have on my list is drugs and alcohol is not the solution for everything. It is not the remedy for everything. Again, as I stated, my mom died when I was 16. So when she died when I was 16, I did any and everything to try to heal and numb that pain. So I firmly believe that people who drink, people who smoke, people who do drugs, we're trying to suppress something, because I know I was trying to suppress a feeling that I could not verbalize. So because I couldn't verbalize it, I needed to subdue it and numb it in a sense. And because I, you know, wanted to numb it, and because after I would become unhigh, after I would become undrunk, the feeling was still there, so I would just repeat the cycle. So it's not the solution for everything. The solution is to deal with the problem, to get therapy if you need to, talk about the problem, and then heal from the problem. And that brings me to my next lesson that I've learned, that therapy is absolutely needed. I started therapy when I was like 11 or 12. It did not last long, but my parents took me to therapy. And therapy even then helped. But me as a 20-year-old adult, I should have continued that, right? I'm completely for therapy. Completely for therapy. If you need therapy, get therapy. If you need to talk. But I didn't value my mental health. So because I didn't value my mental health, I didn't continue taking therapy. And that's one of the many things that I should have continued. I should have continued to go to therapy, because you need somebody higher than you, both naturally and both physically, right? So when people go to church, we have pastors, we have leaders that are spiritually higher than us to be able to help nurture and teach us. The same applies in the natural. You also need to have somebody that has, and not even just as an extensive as a degree. You need to have somebody who has life experiences. You need to have somebody that knows how to pinpoint roots and triggers for you, so that way you can be helped and coped into healthier alternatives. If something triggers me and all I do is snap, that's not a healthy reaction. I need to learn how to deal with my emotions. I need to learn how to deal with my trauma, and I need to learn how to deal with my triggers. You are responsible for your own triggers, nobody else. So I wish I would have continued going to therapy. And I'm also so glad that therapy is not as taboo as it was back in the day. Back in the day, you could be everything but need therapy or some type of mental health medication. But I'm just so glad that therapy and mental health overall is becoming so much more common and accepted. Next on my list, it kind of ties in with therapy, but one of the life lessons that I've learned and that I'm still learning even today is let it go. Let it go. Whatever, whoever or whomever, let it go. Because one thing about it has been studies that have shown that when you hold on to trauma, when you hold on to unforgiveness, you hold on to mental memories and you suppress it, that can get locked up in your body, and it can cause all different types of cancers. It can cause body aches. It can cause so much stuff. We are not meant to hold on to this stuff. Let it go. And it kind of ties into with therapy, because I was the type of person where I suppressed everything. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine. I don't care. No, baby, you care, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't say I don't care. You wouldn't bring it up. You wouldn't talk about it. So because I'm learning now how to deal with my emotions and deal with my problems, talk about it, feel it, and then let it go. It has got to be one of the biggest lessons that I have learned to date. Let it go. Why are you holding on to it for? They broke your heart. Okay, they were wrong for breaking your heart. Let it go. They stabbed you in the back. Let it go. Because as cliche as it sounds, forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. Especially if you are a believer. Forgiveness is for you. Scripture says the Father, the Lord, cannot forgive us if we cannot forgive others. We have got to learn to let it go. You're not proving a point, baby, by holding a grudge. You don't got the one up on them because you holding a grudge. No, you walking around miserable. You walking around with bags under your eyes, with darkness under your eyes. Like, baby, let it go. You looking old. You looking old and you only 24. Let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth your salvation. It's not worth your mental health. It's not even worth your body. That stuff locks up in your jaws and you walking around like this. Like, what, you all right? You got a hunch on your shoulder? Let it go. Relax. It's okay. Like, we know that they did you wrong. Everybody in the city know that they did you wrong. But what good is it doing by you holding on to it? Let it go. And that's one of the things that I'm still learning, because I'm still healing from stuff that I suppressed years ago. Years ago. And it's coming back up. And I'm like, oh no, I gotta deal with this. I don't want to walk around an angry black woman. Huh? Okay. You know the stereotypes. All right. So that brings me to my next lesson. And my next lesson is that I've learned, or that my 20s has taught me, is pick your friends wisely. There is a saying that I've recently learned is, do not trust what time has not tested. So oftentimes we get so hooked up on how cool a person is. We get caught up in how nice a person is, or we even get caught up in how funny a person is. And just because you're funny, just because you're cool, and just because you're nice does not mean that I should trust you with my business, or I should trust you with my affairs. Because oftentimes, just because they're cool, they're nice, and they're all these things, we think we get the motor mouth and we get to talking too much. And then when that person starts showing their true colors and they going around Tom, Dick, and Harry to tell your business, you upset. No, why are you mad? You did not give time for the friendship to even be tested. You just started going off of the mouth because you were either desperate for friends or you wanted somebody to vent to. You vented to the wrong person, and now they told your business. Now everybody know your business. And now you mad. What you mad for? What is you mad for? What you mad for? Like, really, like, why are you mad? They were always that person, but because you jumped the bandwagon and you started talking off at the lip, now you realize that that's who they truly are. No, shut up. Be quiet. Get a journal. Write in your journal. Like, be quiet, because I have picked some of the most worst friends way back from elementary school just because I wanted to feel included, because I wanted to feel accepted. Bump all of that. And I get it, like, especially like at my oldest daughter's age. She's 9. Everybody her best friend and everybody her friend. And I get that she will eventually learn that lesson. Like, baby, everybody ain't your friend. You be lucky if you have a solid foe. Okay? So if I really just did not learn anything else, it was just pick your friends more wisely. Look at a person's character and wait. Test the fruit of the Spirit. That's what the Bible tells us. Test the fruit of the Spirit. Because if they're for you, you'll know. But don't be so quick to just jump on every friendship that you got. And no. And that brings me to my next lesson that I have learned, and I'm still learning. Shut up. Shut up. Too much of this. You telling your business too much. You telling other people's business too much. Shut up. And that's just how nice I can say shut up. And like, I'm still learning it. Shut up. And I know with me, one thing that the Lord has revealed about me was I would do too much of this when I was younger because I wanted to fit in. That was the only way that kids would really like me and kids would really hang around me if I was telling somebody else's business. And I had to learn how to shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet. Every good news don't have to be shared. Every bad news does not have to be shared. Every plan or idea does not have to be shared. Your relationship problems does not have to be shared. Your family problems does not have to be shared. Your marital problems does not have to be shared. Your kids' business does not have to be shared. Like, I could keep going on and on and on. Hush. Shh. Let me pop out. Be quiet. Y'all, we winding down. So my next one is, one of the lessons that I've learned is to budget. Budget, 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 budget. It does not matter if you're working at McDonald's making $10 an hour and every week your check is $250. Put $50 to the side. You ain't got no bills for real. You don't have any bills for real, like real bills. You don't start seeing them real bills until you like 25 and up. Baby, put some money to the side. My worst habit that I had when I was a fresh 20-year-old was I had to literally spend the last dollar in my account. I was not satisfied until that thing said 0.0. Budget. Be wise. Be wise. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're asking God for increase and you can't even handle the bare minimum, please do not expect him to bless you with more. You have got to be a good steward over what you have now. Just because, and I saw a post like this on Instagram a long time ago. Just because you get $1 million does not mean that you set for life. If you do not know how to budget and handle your money, that $1 million gonna be gone at a year tops. Learn how to budget your money. Learn how to be a good steward over your money, and not just your money, but anything that you have. You got a little 2006 Honda Accord, be a good steward over it. You got a little apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment that was built back in the 90s, be a good steward over it. I had to really learn that as I got older. Like, of course, this apartment is not the end all be all for me and mine, but eventually I want to buy a house. I have got to be able to be a good steward over what I have now. Clean up, pick up stuff, decorate a little bit, throw a little picture on the wall. Handle your money with wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing, okay? Next to last is, I wish and I learned that and this kind of ties back into valuing myself, right? So I learned that I should have been a little bit more selective with who I had kids with. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids. I like my kids, because most people love their kids and they don't like their kids. I love my kids and I like them, but I should have been more selective and more picky about who I laid down and had them with. Now, granted, I don't even talk to mine, okay? I don't even talk to mine, but eventually father and daughter relationship gets stronger and gets better, naturally we should learn how to co-parent, because if you have to be successful in co-parenting, you have to be successful at being cordial. We don't even got to be friends for real, but we have to be cordial. And because that is neither here nor there with mine, I don't have that problem right now, but because I want a better relationship for them, I have to now deal with you for the rest of their lives. So I should have valued myself a little bit more, right? I should have valued myself a little bit more, and I should have taken into account who I was laying down with and what it would have produced. I should have been real stingy, and I didn't. But whatever. My last lesson that my 20s has taught me is to, before you entertain anybody, before you get in a relationship with anybody, and this can be both platonic and non-platonic relationships, as we stated earlier, heal, but also learn how to love and value yourself. Learn how to be alone. Because if you're always in a relationship 24/7, back to back, year after year, you're always pouring water into somebody else's pot. You're never pouring into yourself. True, you could take solo trips. True, you could take solo dates. True, you can live in 2 separate households, but you constantly have somebody to tend to, especially in a marriage. You constantly, hey babe, what you doing? Hey babe, can you stop at the store and give me X, Y, and Z? Hey babe, how was your day today? Like, you constantly are engaging and interacting with this person. Learn how to learn you before entertaining anybody else. And that is why this season of my life is so crucial for me. It's so crucial for me because I am learning how to heal. I am learning how to love myself. I am learning how to enjoy myself. If I can't answer the question, like if a man is trying to court me and date me, if I can't answer the question, so what do you like to do? I don't know. What? You don't know yourself that much. I am so glad that right now I am in a season of my life where I can truly focus on me and mine. I can focus on me and mine. Like, I can focus on my loved ones. I can focus on family, friends, me, my kids, my businesses, my job. I can focus on me. I get to sleep in the bed by myself other than a half person sleeping with me. Okay? Like, I'm enjoying the season that I'm in. And sometimes some of us don't enjoy the season that we are in. Stop grumbling. Stop complaining. Stop looking for somebody to text you, what you doing? Can I come through? Like, no. I'm telling you, I am enjoying it, honey. Ain't nobody calling me, what you doing? Ain't nobody texting me, what's taking you so long? Ain't nobody saying, why you taking so long to text me? Baby, I am enjoying myself. Do you hear me? Having a ball without having a ball. Like, I am for the sheets. I'm not for the streets. Oh, Asha. I'm loving the season that I'm in, y'all. Like, if you can't tell. Want that one day. But right now, listen, I got trips planned up. Some meetcations coming up, some singlecations. Baby, I am enjoying, okay? I gotta pick up a souvenir for nobody, okay? I am enjoying the season that I'm in. Somebody pour me a glass of water, okay? While you are in your 20s. Get it all out your system, okay? But make sure you have a moment of solitude, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notification bells. And I will catch you in the next one.